Morning!
Over the last few months, just like the rest of the world, positive people have been stuck at home. And through this time, we've learnt a lot, we've found a lot of challenges, and we've looked for different ways to achieve the normal day-to-day tasks that we would do without thinking. So we thought that during this time it would be a good idea to pull together the experiences of our staff and participants in hope of showcasing some of the positives that have come from our adapting during this time. Let's have a look at what people have been up to and hear a few stories from our Positive People community.
Sometimes for people that don't have great internet connection or don't have the equipment to make things easier. Sometimes I've got clients where I've got a combination of an old computer that doesn't have a webcam, but then will have their phone on video calling as well. It can sometimes be a little bit tricky, but we make it work.
On the whole, most people are doing okay. The challenges is obviously a lot with around anxiety and depression, not just through clients, but also with staff and colleagues, especially the ones that are isolated and live on their own.
The lack of being with people, it's working with people in a two-dimensional way.
It takes a lot more brain power to train someone when you can't see what's in front of them. And I think it's one of the biggest learning curves I've had as a trainer.
Balancing home working and homeschooling at the same time with an 11-year-old son.
Not all customers are comfortable using online platforms and video calling, so it is quite difficult trying to support them without seeing them face to face.
Sharing my workspace with 3 children and a husband. The Wi-Fi has been a bit tricky at times because everybody's been wanting that. And obviously there's been some homeschooling going on.
The challenge is trying to separate home life and work life, which I seem to have gotten better at, but it's still a challenge and makes me just look forward to a time when we can see customers again.
We can carry on and we can make it work. And sometimes it can be easier for people. We don't have any time constraints about thinking about bus timetables or making our appointments. People who've had mobility issues, sometimes it's easier. They don't need to think about getting out of the house and getting somewhere. They can sit on their sofa with a cup of tea and have a chat.
It's encouraged us to look at online platforms, making it easier to connect with people where we might set aside an hour for a meeting, but actually I can give them a quick Skype and get feedback about different ideas.
My participants are much more relaxed at speaking to me because they're talking to me from home and they feel less pressured and less anxious.
I think that as a team we kind of came closer together, which is great. I think we are communicating with each other more frequently than we did before, and we're very supportive of each other.
And there's some good points is the fact that you don't have to get up so early, you don't have to travel anywhere, so it helps with all the carbon emission.
Seeing how those people who initially were, like I say, quite daunted, didn't want to do anything, how they've actually taken on the whole idea of digital and how they've sort of morphed and realised that what they thought was impossible was actually very possible, and the difference that it's making to their lives. And everything from video calls with loved ones and family and friends right the way through to just making life easy on a sort of a daily basis.
Before the lockdown, I hadn't got a clue about internet, digital stuff, text and phone call. That's really all I knew about digital things.
I wasn't very confident at all. I didn't know what buttons to press, so I didn't want to take the risk.
And they kept me going, and they've been amazing really. You know, they've helped me without a question.
Well, it's improved my my skills, and because I've been able to do things, it's improved my confidence as well. So it's been a great help. It's been quite important.
It's been really fantastic to have the support once a week. It's been particularly good to have her be able to share my screen on my computer, because I was finding it difficult to navigate before.
They've encouraged me and they've made me 100% more confident than I ever was. I can't wait to get face-to-face meetings, to learn more than what I do now. But I'm quite happy to carry on digital, phone, whatever needs to be done to carry on and improve. And I can't stress enough how a big thank you for everybody who's helping me.
A great impact on what I've done. So yeah, I thought it might be a bit difficult during the lockdown, but at least I've been able to do it.
So I feel much more confident. I was very unconfident before. One thing that's come out of it is that I seem to be, I know how to do Zoom, set up Zoom meetings. I've been able to help a few different groups that I'm involved in by setting them up and having meetings every week, so that's really been good. I also have been having a bit of counselling, which has been really fantastic, although I think face-to-face might be more easy, but it's been good. I recommend it.
I think is actually realising that I can do a lot more work from home. I don't need to go to meetings in Devon all the time. Lots more things can be done using Skype and Teams and Zoom.
I think we will be able to support more different sorts of people because, again, we can think of new ways to engage with them, and I think that can only be better.
I do realise now how easy it is to work remotely, and some of the benefits, because I'm a lot more productive and I can get my laundry done.
I think more communication can be done over Skype and Teams and over the telephone with our work colleagues, with one another, and also with my participants. We don't always need to be driving all over the place to meet ups.
But we don't have to. Every single meeting, for example, has to be face-to-face. We can do it. We can save mileage, and therefore that has a positive impact on the environment. So different ways perhaps where they can support their participants as well. It doesn't necessarily have to be in the same way as it was before. Hopefully there can be some very positive things to come out of this, particularly in terms of support and understanding a little bit more about people's needs.
I think the biggest thing we'll take from this is that things will never stay the same, whether it's out of choice or necessity, and through those changes it's just taking the time to learn from them and adapt and find new ways to do things. Everyone here at Positive People wishes anyone watching this the best during this time, and we can't wait to see you all back in the real world very soon.